In 1978, the Philippines was a landscape of tension, both on and off the screen. Cinemagoers weren't looking for fantasy, they were looking for a mirror, and that mirror was held up by Fernando Poe Jr. in one of his most atmospheric and dangerous roles, Kumander Ulupong. The title itself, Ulupong, refers to the cobra, the deadliest snake in the archipelago. It's a metaphor for a hero who stays hidden in the grass, silent and still, until the moment he strikes with lethal precision. This wasn't just a movie, it was a folk hero epic that redefined the rebel archetype in Pinoy cinema. The story of Kumander Ulupong takes us deep into the heart of the countryside. FPJ plays a man pushed to the brink by land-grabbing syndicates and oppressive local forces. He isn't a soldier by choice, he is a soldier by necessity. When his community is threatened and his family's honor is trampled, he retreats into the mountains to lead a band of guerrillas. But this isn't a mindless action movie, it's a study of leadership. As Ulupong, FPJ portrays a commander who carries the burden of every life under his command. The narrative explores the heavy price of rebellion, the loneliness of the mountain, the constant threat of betrayal, and the realization that once you pick up a gun to fight for peace, you may never be able to put it down again. The casting of Kumander Ulupong is a masterclass in action chemistry. You have the Diaz brothers, Paquito and Romy, who served as the ultimate foils to FPJ. In this film, the villains aren't just evil, they represent a corrupt system. They are the hacienderos and the private armies that ruled with an iron fist. The conflict feels visceral because the actors behind these roles were real-life friends who spent years perfecting the art of the cinematic brawl. The rebel camp scenes feature a veteran character actors who give the guerrilla unit a sense of brotherhood and realism. You can almost smell the wood smoke and the gunpowder in these sequences. Behind the camera, we see the hand of Ronaldo Reyes. By the late 70s, FPJ had mastered the art of the visual epic. In Kumander Ulupong, he utilized the natural terrain of the Philippines to create a sense of scale. He moved away from the tight claustrophobic sets of Manila and took the audience into the wild. The cinematography is breathtaking for its time, using natural light, golden hour shadows, and wide-angle shots to show the beauty of the land that the characters are dying to protect. FPJ's directing style here is patient. He allows the silence of the jungle to build the suspense, making the eventual explosions and gunfights feel like a volcanic eruption. We have to talk about the tools of the trade. Unlike the modern pistols of Batas ng 45, Kumander Ulupong is a period piece of sorts, utilizing the surplus weaponry of the post-war era. The sound design is raw. Each rifle shot echoes through the valleys, designed by the Foley team to sound like thunder. FPJ's Paspasan style is present here too, but it's adopted for the long rifle and the bolo. There is a scene where he uses a blade that remains one of the most talked about sequences in his filmography, a blend of traditional Filipino martial arts and cinematic flair that only Da King could deliver. When it hit theaters in '78, Kumander Ulupong was a cultural phenomenon. It was a massive box office hit, fueled by the masses who saw themselves in the struggle of the commander. It spoke to the masa in a language they understood, the language of dignity. Critically, it is remembered as one of the films that solidified FPJ's status as a national artist. It didn't need flashy special effects. It relied on the gravitas of its lead and the relevance of its message. It earned nominations across the board for its technical achievements, specifically in cinematography and musical score, which used haunting flutes and percussion to evoke the spirit of the mountains. Today, Kumander Ulupong stands as a pillar of Philippine action history. It reminds us that a hero isn't someone who looks for a fight, but someone who finishes it when there's no other choice. It's a story of the soil, the soul, and the snake that waits in the grass to strike at tyranny. Fernando Poe Jr. didn't just play a character in this movie, he gave a voice to the voiceless, and that voice still echoes through the mountains today. Production fact sheet for your video. Director, Ronaldo Reyes, FPJ. Release year, 1978. Primary genre, action/social drama. Technical achievement, pioneered the use of large-scale outdoor guerrilla warfare choreography in local cinema. The Diaz factor, features both Paquito and Romy Diaz in pivotal roles, creating a high-stakes family rivalry on screen. Historical note, released during a period of intense social change, making the rebel theme extremely resonant with the 1970s audience.